a little harder. Round 3 I expect to be much harder because this is the grand finale. I'm very excited for this quiz. The school itself, it's full of many amenities. Like they have their own flag, which we don't have a flag but a logo instead. They have dormitories and they have like all the classes. Not always are they divided into sections. They haven't much, but they are. It's really high quality here. I'm looking forward to more quizzes like these.
Jyotsna's cheer team. Can we hear it for Jyotsna? Next we have Atharv Adarsh, the youngest among all of them, a 10-year-old from National Public School, International, Mysore.
Adarsh, I'm from grade 5 from National Public School, Mysore. So I'm from Mysore basically. So I got to know about this quiz when my mother received a mail. So I was quite excited for this and I could not wait for the day to come. So the first quiz went on well and I got to know that I got selected for the second round. And the second round also went on well and I was very happy. The third round I was a bit nervous because this is happening offline. So I'm very excited. The campus is very big and beautiful. Everybody is very friendly here and that's it.
That's for Atharv. Ooh. So we heard the loudest cheer. Can the other teams cheer louder than this? Can you all? Let's check out. Okay, here we go. That's Parth Gupta, a 14-year-old from Maharaja Agrasen Model School, Delhi.
Hello everyone, myself Parth Gupta of Maharaja Agrasen Model School, Pitampura, Delhi. I am from 9th standard. I have heard this quiz up in the Facebook page of Amber Valley School, and in the first round was online. There were 30 questions. I got selected for the second round, in which we have to go to the nearest cafe coffee day, and I was very confident that I will be selected for the grand finals. And today is the D-Day. Thank you so much, Amber Valley, for conducting this quiz. And I also want to thank you, the organizing committee, for conducting this grand finals. Thank you.
Parth, you have a louder cheering group. Let's hear it for Sarang Melkote, a 11-year-old from National Hillview Public School, R.R. Nagar, Bengaluru.
And I study in Class 6, National Hillview Public School, Unit 1, Bangalore. My experience with Vijay Sidhartha Memorial Course was nice. I learned many things and I also got to answer nice things, and there are very good questions framed. In the first round, you got to take it from home and it is online. And then when you get selected to the next round, it's in the nearest cafe coffee day to your house, and you got to take it there, and there'll be an invigilator also there. And in the last, and if you get selected there, only 8 people are selected to Chikmagalur from that place. And that's the final round, which will be held in Amber Valley Residential School. I'm excited that how it will be and what are the questions and how the quiz, Big Brain is going to be holding the quiz and the questions, the school campus and everything I want to explore. That's what I'm curious and I'm excited about. Thank you.
Thank you. Woo! So far, Sarang's team is the loudest. Let's hear it for Adrija. Thank you. Let's hear it for Adrija, a 12-year-old from St. Francis Xavier School, Kolkata.
Hello everyone, I am Adrija Das from St. Francis Xavier School in Kolkata, and I'm currently reading in class 7. I heard about this quiz by our quiz club members, and I was pretty excited for this quiz because I am really into general knowledge which are beneficial. And if I talk about the first round, it was quite easy and it was quite interesting too. I learned new things and got selected to the second round. Second round was also quite nice. We had the second round in USCCD, and after clearing the second round, I got selected for the third round. And today is the third round. I'm quite tensed and like worried for the quiz, and but hoping for a positive outcome.
Can we hear it from Audrija's team? Thank you, children. Next, we have Samrudh Sinha, a 13-year-old from Delhi Public School, Bengaluru South.
My name is Samrudh. I'm from Bangalore and I study in Delhi Public School, Bangalore South. I'm currently studying in 8th grade. And how I got to know about this quiz was through my cousin. He just told me to enroll in the quiz, and he knew that I was very enthusiastic and very into quizzing. So I decided to enroll, and so far it's been so good. So the first round was easy enough. I did well. The second round, I had my doubts, but I did get through, and I'm very glad to be at this stage. And I am a little nervous for this third round, a little nervous, but I think that excitement is overpowering my nervousness. So, yeah, I think that is my excitement.
Let's hear it for Samrudh. Woo. Let's meet the final of the finalists of the Amber Valley Residential Quiz. We have Aryan, a 13-year-old from Amber Valley Residential School, Chikmagaluru.
My name is Aryan C. Belgod. I'm studying in Amber Valley since LKG, and this is my 10th year now. I love my campus as it is huge and it's filled with greenery, and we can identify each tree. We have been taught deep benefit programs which help us understand conservation of power and electricity and recycling of wastage. Then we have huge playground for different sports like cricket, swimming, football, basketball and volleyball. The first round of VGS quiz was easy, and I managed to go to the second round. But the second round was little tough for me. I thought I wouldn't be qualified for the finals, but luckily I'm here and I'm looking forward for this quiz. May the best one. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, children. Now that we have all the finalists from across India, let me introduce our quiz master. Yes, Big Brain, as he is popularly known, has hosted over 3,000 quiz shows across 10 countries. He's the only quiz master in the whole world to have hosted a quiz at the Royal Opera House, London. He is an alumni of Harvard University and has been hosting this quiz for last 6 years. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome on stage our dear friend and the best quiz master, Mr. Giri Balasubramaniam, popularly also known as the Big Brain. Let's hear it for Giri. Come on, everyone. Big Brain. Louder. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let us also welcome Giri's colleague, Rashmi Furtado. Both have graciously accepted to conduct the VG Sidhartha Memorial Quiz. I am that child for a better India. For our Amber Valley Residential School, today on the 10th of December 2022. Dear children over there, it's time for all of us to wear our thinking hats along with the finalists, as loads of prizes await even for the audience quiz. So this stage is all yours, Giri. Thank you. Let's hear it louder.
All right, good evening, everybody. Time for me to get started with what I do almost every day as our living, but would like to begin by actually speaking for a minute or so, and permit me that before I get to the quiz and we figure who's going to win the inaugural edition of this quiz. I must honestly state, when we took the first meeting for this quiz, I was with Rashmi and we went for a meeting. I honestly did not expect this quiz to be of a national scale like this. I really want to appreciate the way they've scaled it in year one. Quizzes usually start in one city, a few schools, then it goes maybe South India, stuff like that. I haven't known of too many quizzes which have started at an all India scale in year one. I think that deserves a round of applause. Really well done. And the manner in which technology and a ground event like this got integrated is also something one would appreciate. And every day is a lesson for us. Yeah, Dr. Nirmala said we've done, 3,000 shows. But this is the first show where I was prepared to do the quiz in 2 locations at the same time, because we didn't know where the quiz is going to happen. It started to rain. The heavens opened up, like she said, as a blessing. And it was really nice for them to actually quickly put up plan B and say, okay, if it does rain, where do we do the quiz? And, the quiz could have been anyway. Maybe they knew this quiz is supported by Coffee Day, and a lot can happen over a cup of coffee. So probably that's why, the God said, okay, let's challenge you. They first gave us the coffee and then they came the challenge. And, really happy to see these youngsters traveling from all over India. In fact, unfortunately, because of school tests, we could not have one child from Varanasi. So we had a Varanasi child also who had made it in the top 10. And then we saw who would, be able to travel, and then got the top 8 who were available to travel. But even before I start with anything, for me, it's a very nostalgic moment actually as I stand here and host this quiz, because about 12 years ago, maybe 10, 12 years, at my age, maybe you start experiencing mild amnesia sometimes. So I don't remember the exact number of years ago. I remember we had actually had 2 very long discussions with Mr. V.G. Sidhartha to create a coffee quiz, or a quiz with coffee for Cafe Coffee Day. In fact, after speaking to Ashwarya, I was actually trying to search if we could find the proposal in our servers. We had 2 rounds of discussions, and then somehow it did not move. I still remember we were at Taj Land's End, and I was doing a quiz. I was getting into the elevator, and Mr. Siddhartha came into the elevator. The moment he looked at me in the elevator, he said, "What happened to that quiz we were discussing?" And this was almost a year after we had actually had that meeting. So his memory about these things was tremendously sharp. He's also attended a couple of our quizzes at Taj Land's End. He used to stay there. I used to stay there quite often. And I told him, we're doing a quiz here. And he just came quietly. He said, don't announce. I'll just come quietly, see it and go. And he was very, reticent, if I might use that term. Never wanted to be in the forefront. Little did I ever know on that day that one day I would be standing at a school of his dream to host a quiz final. That is life, children. You will always join the dots when you think backwards, but you're never able to think about it as you look forward. So enjoy the moment as you are here as finalists. And only one rule: every time the cheer for the Amber Valley contestant is more than the others will get 10 bonus points. All right? Yeah, is that a fair rule? Yeah, fair rule. All right. Not fair. Okay, not fair. Fair enough. Okay. But it is really nice to see each having a fan following here. Can we hold all the placards up? Oh, so cute. That is so beautiful. I hope that photographer, he's there. Just hold it up for a second. Let him take a photo. That is so nice. In fact, you should send it back to these young kids. They wouldn't have had this experience. My heart actually goes out to Aryan today. Aryan has the biggest support. But I'll tell you honestly, as a school child, I never liked qualifying in a quiz at my own school. It's a big problem. If you win the quiz, you are Shah Rukh Khan, Rajinikanth, everything today. If you lose the quiz, there are 300 quiz masters. You didn't know the answer to that? That was such a simple. you wouldn't have had a random clue about it sitting there. But after the quiz, when everyone knows the answers, they'll give him enough advice. So be prepared to smile, okay? It's always tough to be part of any quiz where you're quizzing either in front of your school kids or in front of your parents. I never liked both. But anyway, so my heart goes out to him. Maybe the support will help him. But I'm going to get started because I have time consciousness on my mind. And of course, in case the clouds do open up, I'm going to go straight into the quiz, therefore. We've got 8 wonderful finalists. I think the best way to welcome them is with a thunderous applause. Put your hands together for them. Well, Rain and me are partners. We were a couple of years ago in Muscat, and I do big quizzes in Oman and Kuwait. In fact, the previous quiz Rashmi and me did before this was actually in Kuwait. We came from there. And somehow, in countries like that, also, my quiz shows have had rain. 2 years continuously in Muscat, there were rains. One kid came with a poster saying, "There is rain in Pig Brain." I'll never forget that line. He actually came up with a poster saying, "There's actually rain in the name Pig Brain." So when you call me, be careful. It can rain. But for the moment, there are 2 nice things. 8 of them qualifying into the final. And many of them who we've seen over the last couple of years, more Rashmi than me, because she's been doing a lot of the online quizzes and the digital quizzes. Some of these kids have been doing so well in the digital quizzes, but we've not met them till today. This is the first time we're actually meeting these kids who've been quizzing with us for 2 long years on various platforms. So it's really nice. It's like a, alum get-together for us also. We're meeting kids who've always been, a small box on the screen. But for now, we're going to get started with this game. We've got multiple rounds of quizzing. I'll come to the rules as we move. So for just the contestants to know, because they always like to know how the battle will pan out, we've got 5 rounds of quizzing lined up for you. The first round will pass. The remaining rounds will be on the buzzer. And it's also in the interest of ensuring that we don't get stuck with the rains. So we've converted a couple of more rounds into the buzzers, so we optimize on time. But for the moment, ladies and gentlemen, at the first ever VG Siddhartha Memorial Quiz, and I really love that line, and I do hope, Aishwarya is also here, please trademark that line. I think that is such a powerful line. I am that child for a better India. I mean, that's almost like a vision of a company. I really adore that line. I think you should trademark it. It can represent so many things, and that's what represents you. And you could not have arrived at a better line than that as this country celebrates 75 years of independence. I think it's so appropriate to have a dream and a vision for every child. So we're going to get started. Round 1 of our final. Let me try and move this. Actually, I can. There are wheels, right? Yeah. Okay. All right, so all of them are visible to me when we go to the buzzer rounds. I don't need that now, so now I can move around a little bit like I normally do. So we're going to start with the first round of our final here today. And, it's a quiz where we've set degrees of difficulty, which in our opinion were reasonably tough. But I'm truly humbled to hear from almost all 8 of them that our questions were easy in the previous rounds. I promise you, I will change that opinion of yours next year. Yeah? Yeah, seriously. Both Rashmi and me were like, those were easy questions? It's like, okay. But yes, we'll move on and get started with the first of our rounds here today. It's time to go around the world. Here it is. All right. Scoring pattern is simple. The value of a correct answer is 50. No negative marks in the first round. If you don't know the answer, it passes to the next contestant. I've got 8 separate questions for each of you to start answering, but it'll go clockwise. All right? So we're going to start from God's own country with Aman, coming in from Kerala. If you could hold your mic, Aman. All questions will be supported with visuals on your screen. Here's the first one on your screen. If we can get started with the final on screen, the first one coming up now. Identify the painter.
Adolf Hitler.
Adolf Hitler. You really think I would have started such a wonderful quiz with Adolf Hitler? I wouldn't. But Adolf Hitler, he's not actually off track. Adolf Hitler, for those of you who do not know, was a wonderful painter. In fact, history is Adolf Hitler was rejected for admission by the Vienna School of Art. If that principal had admitted him, world history would have read differently. But anyway, passing you, Jyotsna. Who's the painter? Good question to ask at this quiz 2022 Vijay Siddhartha Memorial Quiz. Yes.
I think it's Rabindranath Tagore.
Passing you on Tagore. Atharva, class 5. I think I should start you on 500 points. Just class 5. Go on. That's nice. Yes.
Is it Leonardo da Vinci?
Passing you, Parth Gupta.
Michelangelo?
All right, you're thinking on the routine line. Aman was thinking well. Sarang.
Is it Da Vinci?
Leonardo da Vinci is what he said. Adrija.
Is it Picasso?
Samruddh.
Is it Omar bin Laden, Osama bin Laden's son?
He's also an artist. Clever thinking. Aryan.
No idea, sir.
No idea. Anybody, we've got audience prizes as well. Anybody in the audience? Currently in the news in the world, very few people know he's such a beautiful artist. I could not have started this quiz with a better answer. Anybody, put your hands up. You want to try, okay? No marks, okay?
Is it Vladimir Putin?
I haven't read that he's a painter, but well, good thinking. Current. Anyone? Nobody? Come on, don't feel scared. Just think any name. No? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a quiz which will set a different benchmark. It's a huge quiz. It's a huge name. Cafe Coffee Day is one of India's reputed names on inspiring people on entrepreneurship. So it's a quiz that will set a bar for people to aspire to win and not just be part of. Ladies and gentlemen, the painter on your screen, King Charles III. Prince Charles is a remarkable painter. These are all paintings by the current King of England. Well, Adolf Hitler also paints, but I'd like to believe Prince Charles is better than that. In fact, one of those I think is the Balmoral Palace. I think the one on the bottom left from your screen is the Balmoral Castle. But tough one for the youngsters. Now, if you say pig brains questions are easy, come let's play. Jyotsna, question for you. On your screen, here we go. This is FC Barcelona. Everybody knows that. Why are they holding their t-shirts like this? It was someone. Do all of you agree to added clues? No problem. Can I speak more? Yeah? All right. There was a sponsor who decided to support the Barcelona Football Club. But they did not want to put their logo on the front of the t-shirt. Which brand is this which uniquely said we don't want our logos outside? Making you all think. 5 seconds of time. We'll need to get to some discipline.
I'm
yes.
passing the question.
You're passing that, Atharv?
I have no idea.
Parth?
Nike.
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 Nike is right there. So Nike is outside. Someone who said we don't want to print the logo outside. Why would a brand make that statement? Sarang?
Is it Adidas?
You got to think. And when I give you the answer, you'll say, oh, if you're a Barcelona fan, easy question. Adrija?
So no idea.
Samruddh?
Is it Rakuten?
Aryan?
No, sir.
Aman?
Nestle?
Why would Nestle not want to be seen outside? The key is the word inside. Anybody? Yes, yes, ma'am. Jockey. Inside. Jockey inside. I will not argue or ask you why. Someone here, I heard yes? Intel. Explain that to me. Oh, Intel is a microprocessor which is never seen outside the computers. Their tagline is Intel Inside. So they sponsored the t-shirts but said the logo should be inside and not outside. Your introduction. Samrut's father. Put your hands together. He's got that right. Intel Inside. Absolutely well answered. Good one. Are you a quizzer too? No? All right. But clever thinking. Are you a techie? Okay. That's how he got it. Intel, absolutely. He wins an audience prize. Well, I like this. It's a national level quiz for school children and the first audience prize winner is a parent. That is how it should be. Perfect. Absolutely perfect, but superb thinking. Good answer. Question to you, Atharv, on your screen now. This is a map. And if you look closely, you will see a temple. And there's a bell going. See, all things fall align. Which country will you link to this temple that's found on their flag? It's a design of a temple. You'll find the temple on the flag. 5 seconds, Atharv. Parth.
Indonesia.
Across on the other side.
Cambodia.
Cambodia. What's the name of the temple? Country you're saying is Cambodia. You're sure about that? Do you know the name of the temple? You don't. Absolutely right. Put your hands together for the young lad. He's got a 50. The temple is Angkor Wat. Built by, into your mic?
Built by Raja Chola.
I don't know if it's Raja or Rajendra Chola. I don't want to question my history, but I'm a good student of history. But I think it's Rajendra Chola. But the Cholas is absolutely right. Put your hands together for him. Well answered. Very well answered. A flag carries a temple design, and this is the architectural design. As we go to the next one, Parth, question to you on your screen. Identify this food item. Question is correct. Yeah, you come to my quizzes, you got to think. Identify this food item that is served to you in red, white, and green.
Pizza.
A pizza. Explain. You got to give me a better answer.
It was originated in this country.
It originated in this country. Do you know which country that is?
Italy.
Italy. Do you know who she is?
No.
Do you know the name of the pizza? You don't? All right. He still gets his 50. Absolutely well answered. It's a pizza and he's got that right. Anybody knows the name? Yes?
Margarita.
Margarita. Explain.
It's the name of the queen.
It's the name of the queen.
That's what I heard in one.
Queen Margarita.
Yeah.
And what's the color of a margarita pizza?
It's red, yellow.
You got tomatoes.
Tomatoes,
cheese,
bell pepper.
And bell pepper to make it look like the Italian flag. From today, when you have a margarita pizza, please remember it's named after a queen and it's the flag of Italy that gives you the color of a simple margarita pizza that you order. Outstanding 50. Put your hands together for him. Oh, lovely. Absolutely lovely. When you think, there's a question in everything around us, children. Next time you have a pizza, start looking at that pizza and say, hey, what could this be? The way you look at the world will change if you start questioning everything. That's all you need to learn. You got to ask those questions and be curious. Superb answer to figure out a pizza from Queen Margarita. Or next time you have a margarita pizza, just give some respect. It's a queen on your table. Yeah? All right. We'll go to the other side. Sarang, your question coming up now. The 974 stadium is in the news currently. What's special about the construction of this stadium? No, wait, you gotta wait.
It's a FIFA stadium.
Yeah, everyone knows that. What's special?
Qatar.
In Qatar, there are many of them. Shh, quiet. If I'm your teacher, I'll say finger on your lips.
People were killed during its building.
Oh, passing you, Adrija. 974. What's the significance of that number and what's special about this stadium? Go ahead. Not trying. 5 seconds. I'm going to be a little strict on time.
No, sir.
No question. No try. Okay. Samrud.
So it was built with 974 shipping containers, and 974 is also the Qatar's dialing code.
Oh. 974 shipping containers. Yes. So what do they do with the stadium after the FIFA World Cup?
I don't know. Maybe it's just left like that.
Well, the stadium is going to get dismantled and erected in another country as a donation from Qatar. It's a build, operate, remove, and transfer stadium built out of shipping containers. Put your hands together. Excellent. Oh, lovely. High quality answer from Samrud. He'll get himself a 50. And whose direct question is it? It's Adrija's. Question on your screen now. Omaha, Kansa, Ponca, Osaga, or Osage. These are all tribes, and it is believed that they had one god. Today, people refer to the god as even a tribe and so on and so forth. Now, according to the American ethology, the ancestors of Omaha, Ponca, everybody, believed that there was a supreme being by this name. This name has become extremely popular in the world of movies that your age group loves. What am I talking about? Current affairs. I'm testing you on something you people should know more about me, more about than me. So let's see how you crack it. Adrija. Think of some of the biggest movies that have been running in current times. You can work it out, guys. Yes, you're trying? No? One name that comes out. Some people don't know it's a god. Some people think it's a tribe, it's a clan. There's all sorts of reverence, but I just want one name. Quiet. No, don't do that because I can't change questions. Passing you, Samrud.
I'll pass.
Aryan.
Pass, sir.
On this side, Aman.
Nemo.
Nemo. Okay. Jyotsna.
Say Kantar or Pancharudi.
Kantara. Atharv.
So pass.
Pass. Parth.
Marvel.
Marvel is a company. So you got to give me a better answer.
Superheroes type.
You're asking me or telling me? I need an answer. Superheroes is so many of them. No?
Wakanda, Black Panther.
Wakanda, Black Panther. You guessing or you think you know?
I think I know.
Superb. Superb! Oh, what an answer! Wakanda. Well, how many of you Avengers fans here? Oh, sorry, wrong question. Withdraw. Rashmi's also put her hand. Wrong question. Put your hands down. Or rather, silly thing to ask with a young crowd like this. Well, Wakanda could be one of, like we all have, God's photos. You will have Wakanda, Captain America, Captain Marvel. Those are your gods these days. But superb answer. Clever thinking by Sarang. Superb. Very, very good quizzing. I just get a feeling the quality of our contestants is very good. They're very young. And we're also realizing one thing, Rashmi and me, is, and a lot of teachers will relate to this comment that we would make, we don't sometimes realize when we go back to stage quizzing that for the last 2.5 years, our kids have not done stage quizzing. They've only done internet quizzing. So they've really not gone through this pressure. And at that time, these kids were probably in 4th standard and 5th standard. So they were really tiny kids. And today they are in, well, he must have been in 2nd standard when COVID hit, or 3rd standard when COVID hit. So imagine coming to an on-stage live quiz like this. So we sometimes probably pegging questions with our historic baggage and not factoring about that these 8 look really good to me. All right, let me go to Samrud for your question on your screen. Here it is. Forbes is a famous magazine. They come out with a list of famous, rich people, rich business people, rich business women. This was a list of the 15 richest fictional characters. And then after a couple of months, they withdrew Santa Claus's name. Why? Why did Forbes announce it as the richest fictional character and then say sorry and withdrew Santa Claus's name?
Because Forbes was bombarded with letters by children saying that Santa Claus was real.
Oh, the list was 15 fictional people, and children bombarded Forbes with letters saying, how can you call Santa Claus fictional? Santa Claus exists. Put your hands together. Oh, very good, clever quizzing. Samrud is playing the game well. He's got on to, I think, 100 with that answer. I'm not sure of my mental math. But we'll go to the next one, and that is for Aryan. On your screen, here's your question, Aryan. What are these in Japan? In the modern world that you all live in, what is this in Japan?
Is it a sleeper coach, train or something?
It's a sleeper coach?
Train up.
Or? He's thinking
Aeroplane.
well. He's thinking very well.
Ship.
I'm waiting. I'm giving you a fair chance. You're thinking well. He first said sleeper coach, then he's gone to ship in Japan. I gave you a big clue by saying Japan. It's a country which has a lot of issues. This is one of them. You want to improve on your answer? I'm giving you a fair chance.
Train or bus?
Train or bus. Moving across to Kerala.
These are actually rooms,
Explain.
hotels. Maybe they stay here.
Hotel rooms. How big is the room? No idea? I'll come back. Jyotsna. Go on. You'll pass. Atarv.
Is that a submarine?
Parth.
In restaurants?
Restaurants. Sarang.
It's like a dorm type in the bullet trains.
Adrija.
It's capsule.
It's what?
Capsule.
Capsules.
Yeah.
What capsules?
In Japan, there are capsules.
Just be a little louder.
In Japan, there are capsules which are used by the people as hotels only.
Capsule hotels.
Like capsules.
They're called capsules. What's special? What's special, or what more do you know about it? How big are they?
So it has only a bed where they can take rest.
What's the logic of the size of the capsule? I'm really making you all think. She's playing it well. Calm down. Capsule rooms are correct. You've got the right word. But why capsules?
Because of the shape.
What shape are these hotels designed after? I'm really trying to make you all also learn the world that we live in. All right. Adrija will get it for getting capsule hotels right. She'll get a 50. Put her hands together. From Kolkata, she'll get her scores. Anybody in the audience on why the capsule size? The girl right at the back. You're trying to answer or you're stretching happily? Answer, a good girl. Go on. They have earthquakes in Japan, so you sleep in small rooms like this. No. Yes. Correct. The pods are called capsules. So, what's the logic of the size? Well, different people come with different sizes. So, some are very slim like me. So, yes. Japan people are a little bit small, so they made small rooms. Best cute answer, give him a prize. That's creative thinking. Right at the back. Yes, young man. Maths teacher, very impressed. Sit down. Wrong answer. Well, hexagonal shape, surface area. Wow. I like the way these kids are thinking. Good. It's a nice school. They think well. Yes. It follows the concept of minimalism. Ooh, that's a heavy answer at your age. Minimalism is a phenomenal concept, but no. Anybody else? Why the capsule size? Yes, sir. All that's fine. Why the size? No, Rashmi, you can't answer. Yeah. Yes. But all that is correct. These are small rooms. They're called capsules. It's only enough space for you to sleep. What is the inspiration or motivation for the size of the rooms? Yes, the girl there, last chance. To fit more people, yeah. All right, I think I'm going to give you the answer. Okay, last chance. No reservation cost. There's actually a waiting list for that. A huge amount of waiting list for these. Well, someone there? Yes? No points?
I think the hexagonal shaped like beehives because they are perfectly in tessellation. Like they fit perfectly and they leave no extra space.
No, I think all of you lost the drift on this. It can sound a little eerie when I give you the answer, but people think and think differently. What's your final resting place sometimes? It's a coffin. The size of these rooms is 1.5 times the size of a coffin. Because in Japan, they feel that's the space that you're going to get at the end of your life. Because they don't have space, they came up with this concept of coffin capsules. And it's all sold out. So there are these capsule hotels which are all right next to different residential complexes and workspaces. People get into these and they live there. And that's the reality of the world and sometimes the lack of space that we have. So my dear young kids, if you're studying in a place like this where you've got space in abundance, enjoy it. You're privileged. Sometimes even in progressive countries like Japan, people live out of homes which are designed on coffins. Well, we're learning and learning all the time in a quiz like this. From here, the pace of the game is going to change, but I'm going to take a look at the first scoreboard so far and see who's standing where. Oh, there we are. On 100 is Sarang, on 100 is Samrud. So they are the two who are off the block. Sarang and Samrud. Adrija is on 50, Parth is on 50. I'm sure all the others are going to get scoring very quickly. I need you all to do one thing very quickly. On the buzzer light, this one, there's a red button. Just press that once. Okay, I'm doing yours. Hold on. Now, there's one small red light that's facing you. Is the light blinking? It should be on. Hold on. Don't worry. Can we trigger the... Yeah, that's on. Don't worry. Yours is not. Okay. That's fine. Let's just try. Wait on. Don't touch. Don't touch. Just give me a second. All right. Can you refresh? 1 second. Just refresh. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. You need this to be changed? All right, 1 second. I'll just get an alternative one. I just wanted to check because we had one unit which was giving a problem. I think this is the unit. We'll just have that quickly changed for you. Just give me a second. Let me switch that off, and then we'll go on to the buzzer rounds. Just open this back for me, if you can. All right, we're going to move into the buzzers. Can I have the scores there? Can I quickly have the scores? We're on round 1, and from here, the game is on the buzzer. So the pace of the game is going to change and change completely. All right. That's okay. Just give me one of those. Yeah, just put it into this. That's how it works. All right, nice. Yeah. Funnily, as I'm doing this quiz, a lot of memories that come back to me. I still remember my team and me. We had the first meeting with the person who designed this buzzer at a cafe coffee day. It's interesting. It was actually, just keep it this way, it's easier because, all right, I think we'll just wait to retry. Wait. Yeah, good. No, just one press. Good. You. Good. 3, 4. 1 second. Use that switch. Press. Yeah. 5. Okay. 6. All right. 7 and 8. All right. All 8 buzzers working. Children, please note these buzzers are interconnected, and it'll recognize only the contestant who's pressed it first. We'll allow the little boy to press his buzzer again. Press. Now, wait. Just press. Rest of you now press. It won't work. Okay? So it's a circuit buzzer. It recognizes only the child who presses the buzzer first. So we're going to move on to the second round. We're going to go all on the buzzer from here, which means the pace will change, and you're going to battle on the speed at which you are going to think. We've got a very special set of rounds coming up. Let me start with the second round of this final here today, and it's called Inspiring Women. Here it is. So when we designed this quiz, we thought of a lot of things and said, what are the things that are important to a quiz like this, which is really trying to create a child for a better India? We need to learn from inspiring women who've contributed so much. Sometimes we tend to just look at this world as a man's world, but the world has changed completely. On this occasion, we want to pay a tribute to some inspiring women from across the world, and in what better way to do it at this quiz than to have the only young lady who's a professional quiz master across Asia today. She's incidentally an alumnus of Karnataka. So she's a girl from this state. She's from NITK Surathkal. Then, of course, I'm Calcutta, all of that. But she's been a wonderful quiz host, perhaps better known to all you youngsters and the digital era over the last 2 years. So to take over and do the next 2 rounds on the buzzer, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands together to welcome on stage my young colleague, Miss Rashmi Furtado. Rashmi, all yours. Hey, she deserves a better applause. Come on. Is it getting cold? It's not. Come on.
Hello everyone, good evening, and I must tell you, it's my first time in Chikmagalur. I'm a Mangalorean myself, so logically I should have been here before, but it's my first time in Chikmagalur and I'm enjoying myself. And I hope all of our contestants who are here today are also enjoying themselves. I'm guessing it's your first time as well, of course, other than Aryan here. Rest of you, first time here at Chikmagalur? Yes? All right, great. So the entire team, when we came here, they were sort of coordinating with us every now and then. And they kept telling us, it's our first time hosting a quiz like this, an event like this at the Amber Valley campus, and we want it to be great. Wonderful. All of them were doing a great job. We come here today we see the way it is being arranged and the kind of, in the manner in which the entire team came together to make contingency plans just in case it rains, I really did not think this was the first time they were having any event at all. It was so well organized. The entire team has come together, and I think it's times like these that actually help you to get the team together. Can we have a huge round of applause for the team that organized this quiz? It's not easy. It's not easy. If some of you have been following the kind of quizzes that we do, I was speaking to Big Brain and I told him, this actually looks like the kind of stage setup that we have at a huge quiz that happens in Mangalore, that is quiz on the beach. It happens on the beach. This one happens on the hills. So I think it's a very nice comparison to have, but an amazing arrangements done by the entire team. And let's hope to have a very good final here today. Big Brain, of course, has had a wonderful round, the first round. The rest of the rounds are going to be a little different and a little faster as well, because from now on, we are going to be on the buzzers. Rules are slightly different. Some of them have quiz with me, so they know I'm a little more stricter than Big Brain is. And also, I don't give them as much time as Big Brain does to think about the answer. So they all know how I work. So guys, remember, from now on, if you want to answer a question, you have to press the buzzer. Okay? Only if you press the buzzer first will you get an opportunity to give me the answer. Your scoring pattern would be plus 50 and a minus 50. They do have a negative if they get an answer wrong, because from now on, buzzers come into the picture. All right? So keep that in mind. It's also a kind of advantage because you can pick the question you want to answer. You can also pick the number of questions you want to answer. So all of you have a fair and level playing ground now. It's a very good time for all of you to make up if you think you haven't scored well in the first round. Okay? Now remember, I will ask you the questions, but the moment you press the buzzer, you're indicating to me that you already know the answer. And when you do so, I will stop asking the question. Okay? You cannot block the question and then expect me to complete the question. That is not allowed, okay? So pick your moment on when you want to press the buzzer and we will go on with the questions, all right? Good luck to all of you. Once you press the buzzer, you get about 3 to 4 seconds. You have to quickly give me the answer and then we will continue with the rest of the questions. All right, let us give them a huge round of applause, audience. Like Big Brain said, this entire round is about women, inspiring women of this world. Remember that. That is the context. You'll have multiple clues coming up on your screen. You have to connect all of them to arrive at one woman. Okay? Remember that. The first question coming up on your screen now. 3 clues there. I heard someone in the audience saying something. Who's on the buzzer? Samrudh is on the buzzer. Go ahead, Samrudh. Use your mic.
This is Mother Teresa.
Mother Teresa. They also have blocks there that indicate the number of letters in the answer. Plus 50 to you. Absolutely right. That's her name. That's her actual name. And Sisters of Loreto is what she initially started, or the where she had joined. And that, of course, Saint of Gutters. All of us know that's the name that was given to her. Let's move on. Samrudh getting a plus 50 on that. Moving on to question number 2. Coming up on your screen, I expect a quick buzz. Here we go. Rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my world. Go ahead, Samrudh.
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling, he says. What are the other 2 clues? What did you decipher from this?
The first one is Quidditch. The third one, Robert Galbraith. That's her pen name. She writes crime novels with that. I don't really know about the second one.
All right. The second one, very interesting fact. Samrudh, of course, gets his 50. She gave a commencement speech. That's Samrudh's cheering team there. She gave a commencement speech at one of the universities. She actually had reached a point where she was about to be homeless. And from there, she's reached the heights that she is today. So at that speech, she makes this statement that rock bottom was a solid foundation on which I rebuilt my entire life. So that's the story of her life. At some point, go back and read her story. It's very inspiring. For now, let's move on to question number 3, coming up on your screens. Here we go. Oh, lot of... All right, Aman on the buzzer. Aman, go ahead.
Sudhamurthy.
Ma'am, I pressed the buzzer.
He's pressed the buzzer first, Adrija. His buzzer is on. His buzzer is on. I cannot... We tested your buzzer works, but he pressed the buzzer probably a second before you, so his buzzer is on, okay? All right, go ahead, Aman.
Sudhamurthy.
Absolutely right. All the books by Sudhamurthy there. Aman getting a plus 50. Absolutely right. All right, let's move on. We have 2 more questions in this round, guys. Remember that? Next question coming up on your screen. Here we go. Corn grinders, coromandel fishers, and palanquin bearers. Go ahead, Sarang on the buzzer.
Sarojini Naidu.
Sarojini Naidu, plus 50 to him. Absolutely right. Sarojini Naidu is absolutely right. Deciphering from all the clues given there. The last one on this round, coming up on your screens now. Aman on the buzzer. He's very quick. Some elements on the screen. Go ahead.
Marie Curie.
Mary Curie. Can you explain a little?
It's a polonium and radium discovered by her, and she won Nobel Prize twice.
Plus 50. Plus 50. He's absolutely right. She won the Nobel Prize twice, and those 2 are the elements that she discovered. He's absolutely right. Plus 50. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, once the buzzer's coming to the picture, the quiz moves on a little quickly. Let's take a quick look at the score before we move on to the next round. And then I will hand it over back to Big Brain. I think the tables have turned a little. Oh, Aman is now on 100 and Samrud on 200. Those are very good scores put up there. Sarang on 150, Adrija and Parth both on 50 each. The tables always turn once the buzzers come into the picture. Let's quickly move on to the next round and then see what happens. The third round, Incredible India. Here we go. We can't have a quiz where the line says, I am that child for a better India, and we don't have a round about India. We have to have a round which talks about the moments and the important things that we have gone through as a country, things for us to be proud about. All the questions in this round will appear on your screen. You will have images coming up on your screen, and I will give you your corresponding questions. All right? The first question, 5 questions in this round. Guys, remember that. This is also on the buzzers. Remember, all the rounds from now on are on the buzzers. Okay? Remember that. First question coming up on your screen now. Okay.
M.F. Hussain.
This is one of his paintings?
Yeah.
And who do you think is the subject of the painting? I'll give you your 50. Don't worry. I'll give you your 50. Just tell me. Another Indian, famous Indian. Think Bollywood.
She's an actress. I forgot her name.
All right. Aman gets his plus 50. His cheering team needs to... Absolutely. Some noise from the cheering team. Audience, who do you think... Hold on, Aman. You get your plus 50. Don't worry. One hand right there. Go ahead, ma'am. 2 of them have answered. Please give both of them the prizes. Madhuri Dixit is absolutely right. Most of his paintings, the subject was Madhuri Dixit. This one also was painted after her. Let's move on to the next question. Can we neutralize the buzzers? All right. Question coming up on your screen. Identify this famous church. Famous church? Oh, Adrija on the buzzer. Go ahead, Adrija.
Cathedral Church.
Give me a better answer. There are many cathedrals. Cathedral is not a name of a church. Cathedral is a sort of a description of a certain church. It's not a name of a church. I need a very specific name. There are many cathedrals all over the world. So that's not a name, that's a description.
So is it in, ma'am, is it in Goa?
Minus 50. Minus 50 on that. Bad luck, Adrija.
Can I answer the question for
No,
no point?
hold on. Let the audience get some chance to answer. Yes, audience, you either tell me the name of the church or you give me the name of the state it's situated or located in. Lot of hands way at the back, the one who's jumping. Yes, go ahead. You're absolutely right. Velankani is the answer I was looking for. Please give her her prize. This is the church in Velankani. Even if you had told me Tamil Nadu, I would have given you the 50 points. But cathedral is actually not a name of a church. You can go back and check. There is a technical description for a cathedral. She gets her audience prize. And I think Adrija gets a negative on that one. Let's move on. Be careful with the next question. Careful with the next question, okay? Coming up on your screen, identify this monument. Aman, go ahead.
Bibi ki Maqbara.
Bibi ka Maqbara. Do you know where it's situated? Or what it is? Do you know what it is?
It's modeled after Taj Mahal.
Modeled after Taj Mahal is absolutely right. Plus 50 on that one. This. All right, I have one hand there. Yes, ma'am, go ahead. She's absolutely right. This is a mausoleum which Aurangzeb built for his wife, and he modeled it after the Taj Mahal. In the locals, they also call it Baby Taj Mahal, but we don't go at that name. It's called Bibi Ka Maqbara. Plus 50 to Aman is absolutely right. Let's neutralize the buzzers, and we will move on to the next question. Coming up on your screen. Wait for my question. Here we go. In which place of India would you find policemen with these hats keeping French legacy alive? Aman, go ahead.
Pondicherry.
Plus 50. Beautiful answer. Beautiful answer by him. He picked on the French legacy part. French legacy was a huge clue there. I initially thought I should not add that to the question. But then, I mean, they're kids. I would be that lenient with them. He's absolutely right. Plus 50. The last question of this round. Coming up on your screen. Here we go. Most horses have someone on them. Which horse is this? Which is just by himself, solo. Go ahead, Aman.
Maharana Pratap's horse.
Can you give me the name? I'll give you your points. I'm just trying to push you a little bit. We quiz hosts are always known to push the contestants a little harder. That's what Big Brain was doing himself. Go ahead, Aman. You get your 50, don't worry. I'll give you a clue. It's also a name of a two-wheeler by Bajaj. You get your 50. Aman gets his plus 50. Lot of hands in the audience. Some of them jumping around. Okay, I'll go this side. You can't answer. Didn't you answer once there? You can't move your positions and then raise your hands again. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Louder. Absolutely right. Please give her audience prize. Chetak. You would have heard in the stories of Maharana Pratap, his very, very faithful horse, Chetak. This is Chetak, and you would see the circle. If you go to Udaipur, you'll see the circle there, beautifully done, a sculpture of Chetak right there in the center of the circle. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before I hand it over back to Big Brain, let us quickly take a look at the scoreboard. I'm very sure it's changed. Whoa! Whoa! I told you things change after buzzers coming to the picture. 300 to Aman, Samrud on 200, Sarang on 150, Parth on 50. Looks like everyone is chasing each other. The quiz is just starting to get interesting. We have 2 more rounds remaining. So let me please invite Big Brain back on stage. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause. He'll take the quiz forward and conclude and identify the winner for us. Big Brain.
All right, can we have a better applause for Rashmi? Come on. In fact, she does not like me saying she's the only professional women quiz host in Asia because she says that's not right. I mean, it should not be that way. She doesn't like that solo position and she's always inspiring girls to get into quizzing. It's a question a lot of journalists ask me. I'm happy to see two girls on stage today. For some reason, boys do better at quizzes than girls. And most journalists ask me this question on why. I have a very simple theory. I can't think of anything else because if you actually do speaking competitions, you do literary competitions, the girls really beat the boys hollow in that. But when it comes to quizzes, the boys do better. I think it's a very simple boy trait to be willing to make a fool of himself on stage. Nothing else. We are more courageous at giving wrong answers and therefore we get more right answers. That's all that is to it. Girls are sometimes thinking, saying, okay, maybe I'm not right. Maybe let me be sure about it. It's that extra thought that probably makes more boys look better. I don't think in a sport like this where it's the mind, gender really matters at all. But I tell you what, this quiz is fabulously poised. We're moving to the penultimate round. Well, we're raising the bar. We had a long debate in our office with the research team whether I should even do this round or not. Because usually we don't do it for middle school children. I do it at the IITs, the IIMs, when we do quizzes in Singapore, London. But we said, okay, it's a big national final. 8 of them have qualified after 3 rounds of selection. So here is a round that I usually do at a much higher level. This time, at a middle school quiz. It's time for you to join the dots. Here it is. All right, the way this round is going to play is you're going to see some visuals on your screen. You will also see an audio or a video playing along with it. You have to join the dots and give me an overall answer. Okay? So you got to think. It's called lateral thinking. You learn about it when you grow, but we're trying to introduce you to thinking skills, which personally we as a company believe is very important with children. The game remains the same. Plus 50, minus 50. One twist. 2 attempts are allowed on every question. Now, if let's assume Aman presses the buzzer and gets it wrong, he gets a minus 50. The remaining 7 of you are allowed to attempt the same question. But Aman can't make 2 attempts. Okay? Doubt. Yes, Jyotsna.
So, should we raise our hands and ask?
It's on the buzzer. So he'll press the buzzer, let's assume. He gets it wrong. If he is wrong, once the buzzer is neutralized, you can attempt again. Because it's a tough round, we're giving 2 chances. Sometimes you may take time to think. Okay? Scoring is the same though. Plus 50, minus 50. First one, on your screen, hands on the buzzer. The overall answer is a character. Here we go. Aman's gone for it very quickly. 1 second. If we can just reduce the audio. Go ahead, Aman.
James Bond.
James Bond. Explain.
The theme music is of James Bond and the Birds of West Indies, the author was James Bond.
Your overall answer is James Bond. Aman's in the lead. And he's continuing to build on that. 50 again. Oh, that was a good one. At your age, the overall answer is enough for me. Ian Fleming, the man who created James Bond, was actually very, very knowledgeable about birds. And therefore, a lot of bird elements come into James Bond movies. But I didn't expect kids of your age to crack James Bond with that speed. Well, all those clues, including Trans World Consortium, which is where you would find James Bond, is the answer. Here's the next one. Hands on the buzzer. You may want to buzz fast. Aman's really quick on the buzzer. He seems to be really fast. Let's go to the next one. Overall answer is what matters. Here we go. All right. Right next to me. He's given it a shot. First attempt.
The answer is Sherlock Holmes.
Explain.
The man on the bottom right, he's Arthur Conan Doyle. Top left is Sherlock Holmes' address, and that is a silhouette of Sherlock Holmes on the right side, top right. The song, I don't.
You don't know.
Yeah.
All right, that's the theme song from Sherlock, which I think is on Netflix. I don't know where it is. You're a fan of Sherlock Holmes?
Not really. I just know about it.
All right, Sherlock will be unhappy. Yeah. Not a fan of Sherlock Holmes? Okay. My generation swore. Well, for us, Sherlock Holmes was like Captain America and everyone else put together. Just for the record. Who's that big? Question number 3. Not an easy round, but these kids, that's what happens when you do multiple rounds of selection, because you're really getting out a cream of quizzers. Superb. Next one on your screen now. A person. Jyotsna's gone for it first. Yes, Jyotsna.
Jungkook from BTS. The song is Dreamers, the Qatar team of FIFA, and he was the singer.
And the other things?
And he's from Seoul, South Korea.
He's from Seoul, South Korea. Outstanding. Put your hands together. From BTS to James Bond, these kids seem to know everything. We seem to have really got a good lineup of quizzers here. Superb 50. The second attempt is not at all required. They're cracking it all on the first one. Your next question, the answer is what is common to all the people I'm going to show and the voice in terms of not another answer, but something all of them have done. Here it is. Careful.
I will unite our country, not with words, but with...
He's gone for it and gone for it really quickly. Go ahead, Samruddh. That was super fast.
Are these prime ministers who all resigned of UK?
All prime ministers of UK who resigned. Well, Sunak is still the prime minister. The voice was his. But prime ministers of Britain is good enough for me. Plus 50! Do you know the names? I'm just curious. At your age, let's see if you know them.
At the top, at the bottom left, that's Liz Truss.
The world knows her very well now, yes.
And the top right, that's Winston Churchill.
And the other gentleman?
I have no clue.
All right, Tony Blair. We'll all learn here. The man who was prime minister when Diana died. And he came up with that lovely line calling her the people's princess. So you learn all these things, but superb high quality answer. One more to go here, and these kids are really playing it out well. Your overall answer is a personality on the next one. Careful. Can we neutralize the buzzer? Yeah. All right. Athar pressed out of turn. On your screen, here's the next one coming. Careful. Not easy. Now.
The light has gone out of our lives, and there is darkness.
Aman's gone for it.
Jawaharlal Nehru.
Explain.
His book is Discovery of India. His voice. He studied in Harvard School.
Oh. His book is Discovery of India. His voice played in that speech. You know what that speech is?
Tries with Destiny. Tries with Destiny.
No, that's not Tryst with Destiny. It said the light has gone out of our lives and there is darkness everywhere. All right, we'll not push you on that. The answer is Jawaharlal Nehru. Put your hands together for him. Lovely. Aman is beginning to play this quiz with a little bit of authority here. That's the speech Pandit Nehru gave. Anybody? Yeah, audience? All right, wait. All right. He's a good quizzer and a teacher at this school. You have a very special prize. Come in front. And the prize that you get is a round of applause. Please clap. Very good. He's a good quizzer. Put your hands together for him. Well, to actually give him fair credit, from almost 12,000 odd teachers who took part in the World Teachers Quiz, he was in the world top 64. Correct? Am I correct? All right. Rashmi did that quiz, but very good. Nice to see him here. And there was one more clue there, which is the Vidhan Saudha. Since you all are visiting Karnataka, that is our seat of the legislature. The foundation stone of the Vidhan Saudha was laid by none other than Pandit Nehru. I didn't expect any of you to crack that, but since you're in Karnataka, I wanted you to learn something. I'm impressed you knew that Pandit Nehru is from the Harrow School. One round to go. Let's take a look at the scores. The final frontier. 400 to 300. 400 to 300. It's a battle that is on. And this quiz is really not over yet, because any of them, I think, can still win. All Samruddh needs is one answer, and then he knows he can put the pressure on Aman. The final frontier of this game on 150, Sarang, I think, to be fair, has known a lot of answers, but he's slow on the buzzer. He just needs to be a little faster on the buzzer. If he can, his score can improve as well. As we move to the final frontier, it's time to play what we call Newsmakers 2022. Here it is. All right, since we are in the month of December and we don't actually have too many quizzes after this, maybe one more, and then we go into 2023. We decided to do a round which is only about people who made headlines and were in the news in 2022. So it's like a wrap-up of the year, so be careful. 2 attempts are allowed on every question, plus 50, minus 50. I will read out the questions. Nothing appears on your screen. If you think you know the answer, you can press the buzzer. The moment you press the buzzer, I will stop reading the question because you're telling me that you know the answer. However, if you get it wrong, for the benefit of the remaining 7 contestants, I will continue reading the question till someone else presses the buzzer. Clear on the rules? Any doubts? Aman, Samruddh, Sarang, the 3 of them really in the running. Anyone else can burst back here. 5 final questions that I have. All right. If we are ready, hands on the buzzer. Question from me. Listen carefully. The first one. Amul, as in the brand, is very famous for its hoardings. This year, Amul carried a hoarding. Sarang, why would you press so soon? Go on.
Is it about Dr. Varghese Kurian?
Nothing to do with Dr. Varghese Kurian. Minus 50. I'm continuing to read the question. Don't be in a hurry. Amul this year in 2022 carried a hoarding which said, "Hum jahan jahan chalenge, aapka saya saath hoga." It was a tribute to which Bharat Ratna? Someone's gone for it. Samruddh.
Is it Lata Mangeshkar?
He needs 2 answers to get close to him. He's got 50. Put your hands together. Oh, Samruddh is beginning to put the pressure on. He's beginning to put the pressure on. The second attempt, he got Lata Mangeshkar absolutely right. Amul sometimes can summarize life so beautifully with a simple line. And they said, "Hum jahan jahan chalenge, aapka saya saath hoga." The one and only Lata Mangeshkar. Question number 2. 2022. Think current affairs. I'm going to give you a sentence which I have created. The end result of that is a famous personality who was in the news this year. Okay? The sentence is crafted out of things that he has contributed to. So it's a cryptic question. Listen to the sentence carefully. This man's fury was among midnight's children who owned the golden house and created Shalimar the Crown. Who is this great writer who was... Jyotsna's gone for it. Yeah, go on.
Is it Salman Rushdie?
Plus 50. Oh, she's cracked it. She's cracked it and cracked it in style. These are all books of Salman Rushdie. Man of Fury, Midnight's Children, Golden House, Shalimar the Crown. And we created a sentence out of books that he has written. Plus 50 to Jyotsna. I'll take a look at the scores after the next one because I want to be sure before the last two questions where everyone stands. So scorers, if you can be ready with the scores after this question. I am a former intelligence officer of the KGB. Go ahead.
Vladimir Putin.
Vladimir Putin was an intelligence officer, which technically means he was a spy.
Yeah.
Plus 50. Plus 50! We need to take a look at the scores. 2 questions remaining. Oh, Aman on 400. Samrud on 400. This quiz is going down the wire. Jyotsna's now got to 100. Sarang is on 100. So we've got pressure building up for the third place as well. Oh boy. 2 questions to go. Can we have a thunderous applause? What a final! Samrud has made a huge comeback here. Aman was slow to begin with, but when the buzzer started, he came all guns blazing. Remarkable final. 2 questions to go. We don't know who's going to win this one. Penultimate question. Here I am. I was on the cover of the Time magazine in 1929 at the tender age of 3. I served in my life in the Auxiliary Territory Services for Women in World War II. Someone's gone for it on the buzzer. Aman it is. Go ahead, Aman.
Queen Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth served the Territorial Army in World War II.
Yeah.
Was on the Time magazine at the age of 3. Ladies and gentlemen, plus 50. Oh, Aman's turning it on. Now, he can't lose from here technically because unless he takes a minus 50, Samrud has to get the last question right. So 450 to 400. There's a 100-100 battle going on as well. Suddenly, the VG Siddhartha Memorial Quiz is looking like a T20 match. 1 ball to go. Who's going to win this match? Amazing. 6 runs required. Correct. Final question. FIFA, when they announced, it's a long question, so hear it out. FIFA, when they announced this World Cup, came up with a list of great football legends. They came up with one legend who they wrote about and said, this is a true football legend for creating an impact on people and using football for self-improvement and teamwork. This, Samrud has taken his chance. If he gets it right, he's forcing a tiebreaker. Who in the world was FIFA writing about?
Maradona.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, he fought valiantly today, but he will finish runner-up, minus 50. Minus 50 as I continue with my question. Hang on. There are 2 on 100. Aman can take a minus 50 if he wants. So the game's not over. I'm continuing with the question. FIFA salutes this man who created a club called Passive Resistors. The objective, Parth has gone for it.
Pele.
One says Maradona, the other says Pele. Minus 50 to you as well. Well, we have a tiebreaker between Jyotsna and Sarang. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue with this question, but only the 2 of you are allowed to attempt. Okay? So I'll treat it like the tiebreaker. So hands on your buzzer. Since both of them have got it wrong, it's a good question. I'll continue with it. FIFA salutes this man for creating the Passive Resistors Football Club, a club that promoted values, fair play, and team spirit in Africa. Sarang.
Leonard Messi.
Lionel Messi. Well, This is a super tough question in my opinion. So he'll take a negative. Jyotsna will finish third because of that. But ladies and gentlemen, question to you therefore in the audience. Who is this legend that FIFA wrote about? A person who created a football club called Passive Resistors. I could not have had a better final question for a quiz like this. Hold on, you won the quiz. Yes. Go ahead. Don't think football. That's a good clue. Yes. He said Pele. Right at the back, red t-shirt. Who? Come here, come in front. What's your answer? One sec. What's the answer? I couldn't hear it from there. Wait, let her answer. Let her finish. Yes? Mahatma Gandhi started a football club. Which school are you? Which school, child? Same school. Which class? 5th standard. Who told you this answer? Daddy told you, mommy told you? Daddy told you. Honest girl, ladies and gentlemen, she's correct. Mahatma Gandhi. What an answer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, India's first ever football club owner was Mahatma Gandhi. In Africa, yeah, you can go and check. My 20 years in this business, I won't get it wrong. In Africa, they would arrest people and people would not have money because it's only men who went to work in those days. So Mahatma Gandhi created this idea of a football club called Passive Resistors. Look at the name. It was used to promote the concept of non-violence. They never pushed, they never tripped, they never created a foul. They would lose 25-0, 28-0, 30-0, but the crowds would come to watch Gandhi's team for the new brand of football they played. The money they collected from those stadiums, they would hand over to the families of the people whose husbands were in jail. Ladies and gentlemen, FIFA paid a tribute to a football legend called Mahatma Gandhi. Well, and that's the kind of an inspiration we are looking at when we say, I am that child for a better India. That is what a Mahatma Gandhi would have dreamt for India. He would have always wanted every child to create a better India. Think about it. We speak so much, write so much about Mahatma Gandhi. Did we know he ran football clubs in his young age? What a visionary, the father of our country. I could not have had a better question to end such a path-breaking quiz for young children like you. Let's take a final look at the scores with that chilling question for all of you. On 350, Samruddh Sinha will finish runner-up. Jyotsna finishes third for a very important reason. She knows that keeping quiet is a valuable trait to learn. When you don't know, don't press. She learned how to keep quiet, and keeping quiet on that question helped her. But let's not forget, she came out with an outstanding answer to force that tiebreaker, which was Salman Rushdie. That was a high-quality answer from Jyotsna. She will finish third here today. But ladies and gentlemen, my heart goes out to this young man who finished runner-up, Samruddh Sinha. Put your hands together for him. He really, really played well here today. It's not easy. We've had people from all over the country. In my mind, all 8 are winners here today, just to have reached a stage like this. But ladies and gentlemen, from here, I'm not going to stand between you and the prize distribution, but I think, irrespective of the positions, which is the outcome of a sport, can we have a thunderous applause for all 8 of them? Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And to all of you for being the creators of a beautiful quiz like this for India. Let me wear the robe of the quizzers of this country as a representative of that fraternity. Thank you so much, Amber Valley, for creating this new idea for India. Truly appreciate that. I'm sure it's an idea that is going to grow and become something massive over the next couple of years. But it's been a delight for us to be part of conceptualizing this and it will be a true honor for us to be part of it as you move forward. But for the moment, ladies and gentlemen, from my young colleague Rashmi Furtado, from me, Big Brain, truly appreciate your presence here and thank you for inviting us to do your inaugural quiz. It's time for me to hand you back to Dr. Nirmala as we go straight into the prize distribution. Thank you so much. God bless. And the first wish that I'm giving out, because we entered December, have a wonderful 2023. Keep learning, stay curious. That's what life is all about. Thank you so much for having us. Goodbye.
Thank you, Giri. Can we hear it loud for all the finalists of the VG Siddhartha Quiz 2022? Loud, come on everyone. How much more louder can you get? Come on everyone. Okay, thank you for that. Okay. To appreciate these finalists who have had their hearts skip beat, right? And waited patiently for the buzzer with each question. We have some beautiful gift hampers for all of you, along with the participation certificate. Can I request our managers from CCD, sir, please be on the stage. If you can come on the stage. Mrs. Shankar later for the finalists. Yes. Over here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, over here. So we will call out the names of the children. Aman. Let's hear it for them. Please give it to him. So please. Yeah. And the certi and the hamper. Thank you. Next, we have Jyotsna. Yeah, let's continue. The cheer team for Jyotsna. Louder. Let's have Athar. Athar's cheer team. Let's have Parth. Good going. Let's hear it for Sarang. Ooh, that is the loudest cheer group. Next, we have Audrija. All the way from Kolkata. Let's hear it for her. And we have Samrid. That was a tough fight indeed. Can we hear it for Aryan? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was indeed a lot of preparation, not just before the quiz, but each day, each thing they looked at made them think, as Big Brain rightly said, made them think again and again and again. And that's what has brought them over here. And the top 3 from the finalists, I request Mr. Shankar to please be on the stage, sir. Be careful. Thank you, sir. Do I need to announce the names? Can we hear it from the audience? Number 3. Let's go in the reverse. Who's number 3? Can we hear it from the cheer team of the second runner-up? Come on. Louder. Jyotsna. Let's have Jyotsna on stage. Let's continue clapping for Jyotsna. The iPad. She wins an iPad. Let's hear it for Jyotsna. We have the iPad sponsored by Feed Science, a Tata product. Who's the second? I want the cheering team to come out with the name. Louder! Can we hear it once again? Let's cheer for Samruddh. All the teams, all the cheer teams. He gets an iPad sponsored by Headward Publishing Company. Let's hear it again for him. Now, who's the first? There we go. Clapping for Aman, the iPad sponsored by Jodo, and the check. He also wins a check of 1 lakh rupees. Let's give a big round of applause. Yeah. Can we continue clapping for Aman, everyone? Thank you. All the teams together for the winner of VG Sidhartha Memorial Quiz 2022. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, sir. We would like you.
Thank you. Yeah, I would say this was a great event, great quiz. In fact, I enjoyed very much. I went back to my school days, college days. Many of the questions were very good. A lot of thinking was required. So I think this particular institution has done a great job. Management has been great. They have created the entire event, and then they want to institutionalize it over the coming years. So I would like to thank everybody for coming here, and I would like to thank Ms. Aishwarya DKS Hegde for organizing and marketing and strategy, giving direction for this kind of quiz. All I can say is when I saw the tagline, I would just like to add that maybe this is that school for a better India. I think that's what I think is the way forward. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. What better way to close today's day with the rain supporting us and we completing today's event with so much joy and cheer and moving forward. Now I invite Ms. Aishwarya for the vote of thanks. Can we hear it loud for her, for the lady behind the scene?
Respected guests, all my dear participants, parents who accompanied with them, my dear students, teachers, and everybody present here. A pleasant evening to one and all. From confusions whether the event is going to happen in the production that we want it to happen, to standing here with the pride that we've had a successful journey with the first year of inaugural VG Siddhartha Memorial Quiz 2022. A big thank you to everyone. Vision is a picture of future that produces passion. There couldn't have been a man more passionate towards his work than Shri VG Siddhartha. This has been an example to all of us learners of the future generation. Can we have a small VT, please? The VT that was supposed to play? Okay. So the VT had a clipping of our founder say that I believe in one passion that the company or the place that I work to, they trust me and I am here to live up to their trust. Today, my family and Amber Valley as an organization has trusted me to take up and stand up for this school. And I owe in this particular stage today that I will live up to the best of my ability. It's always said that what is important in life is vision, a vision that caters to the growth of the society. What more could have been a better vision in our founder's understanding than to contribute and show gratitude to the people in and around him taking steps to empower the youth of the country. Standing by this and taking his vision forward was the driving force behind this VG Siddhartha Memorial Quiz that stands for I am that child for a better India. For the growth and empowerment of every child, where quiz is a platform of curiosity. We want every child to be driven with the curiosity to learn more, learn every day, and to learn for a better future tomorrow. As an entire team of Amber Valley, we truly believe in our founder's vision, his life story, and his dedication towards his work. And this is what that we want to reflect back and teach our children. Today, I stand here to thank each one of you who made their small attempt in making and letting people know that our founder's vision and giving our tribute to the great entrepreneur himself who was driven by curiosity. This event of finale is a way of empowering these 8 children who've been selected, over 2,000 children who participated across the quiz. There's nothing called me, myself in Amber Valley. There's always we, us, ourselves. And this is something that you can see in every child sitting in front of you. Today, I stand proudly on this stage and say that we have done our best and we will only do better going forward every year as this legacy continues. Today, as I take the attribute to thank everyone who have been a part of this journey, a big thank you to each one of you. Malvika Hegde, my chairman of Amber Valley Residential School, the entire family for giving us the opportunity to run the concept. A big thank you, ma'am, in your absence. The entire CCD team who've made their bit of the contribution to their chairman and helped us channelize the quiz and making us reach the largest numbers possible. Thank you, sir, for all the support and making this event a grand success. I thank Kanishka's team, Quest Media, who've been our technology partners, who've made the entire quiz process so smooth digitally for us. I immensely thank Pick Brain, Giri Balsubramaniam sir, and Rashmi for Grey Caps for being quiz masters, for creating such an entertaining, knowledgeable quiz. Thank you so much. And I also would like to put on record the legacy of this quiz is going to continue with you as the quiz masters for years to come. As I say this, can I have Giri sir and Rashmi on stage and we continue the round of applause as they entertain us this event, as we give our small way of tribute to both of you who have gracefully did this quiz for us. I should say this. When I called up Giri sir and said, sir, I want you to do this quiz for me. And I went on pestering him, sir, what will be the commercials? What will be the commercials? What will be the commercials? He stood down and said, Aishwarya, it doesn't matter. I'll do the quiz for this cause. And he's here today. Thank you so much, sir, for the support, for everything. And we have a long way to go to make this quiz a worldwide quiz. We've started with in India. We'll go globally soon. Thank you. Please, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, Rashmi. I know you've been one of the only women. I'm sure there are many to join you. I know how it feels to have a single label. I always keep saying that why should we call the women entrepreneurs? We are entrepreneurs. We don't have to be called women entrepreneurs. And you're a living example of that. Thank you so much for having the presence and making it wonderful for us. Thank you. My social media team, Pratik and his team, for all the creatives made to make the digital experience of our marketing very beautiful. Vijay and his team, Possibilities, for handing our social media, who've been an integral part of us and our quiz. Thank you for all the sponsors for helping us in this event. The entire team of Amber Valley, my dear children, my students, without whom this quiz wouldn't have been possible. Thank you so much. My sister concerned schools, National Hillview Public School, Unit 1, 2, Apollo National Public School, who have been immense support throughout this journey. The quiz is successful today because we see the right balance and collaboration of organization and participation. And this is what we witnessed today on stage. I thank my entire organizing team for having stood together for making this event the most successful. And most importantly, every child, every parent who chose to participate in this quiz, without which this quiz wouldn't have been successful. We all understand that quality participation is important, and we've all had it today and experienced today. A big thank you to each one who participated. Congratulations to the winner, but a bigger congratulations to everyone who participated, because it's only when you thought you'll participate is when you can have a winner. So a big round of applause to all of them. Okay, in the entire journey, one person whom I really want to thank is my executive secretary, Suprabha, without which I couldn't have done this quiz. She's worked day, nights, mornings, evenings to make this quiz. She must come up on stage today. Suprabha, if I brought in the idea, she executed the idea for me. So it wouldn't be wrong if I say she's my heroine of the quiz. Thank you, Suprabha. Without you, this quiz wouldn't have been what it is. I thank all the dignitaries who are present here to watch the event today, all the managers of estates who've come here to give their bit of remembrance to their founder, their chairman, and help us and support us in our journey. we stand united to take our founders' legacy and journey forward to a stronger, better India, a story that started with coffee to empower the country is going to empower lot many children with our concept, I am that child for a better India. Thank you, and ladies and gentlemen, thank the God for blessing us with a little rain, and now it can pour its joyous out with whatever it wants. A big thank you, and have a good night, and join us for dinner as well. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Aishwarya. It's just about to drizzle, right? Just starting. So we will close today's evening with the national anthem. I request all of you to please stand up. I request the children to be seated. The dignitaries will be escorted. The finalists, please come here. You can leave your hampers on the table. The 8 finalists, Rashmi, Ishwarya.
All the students, please be seated. All the teachers, please be seated. Ushering team, kindly usher the chief guest and our guest to the quadrangle. All the students, please be seated. Thank you. Teachers, please be seated.